FIGU Special Bulletin Number 49 Significant Excerpts from the 476th Contact Conversation of February 3, 2009 FIGU Special Bulletin 8, August, 2009 Author, Billy Meyer. Billy says, besides, I would like to officially mention the 21st of December, 2012, because I am asked again and again what this date concerns according to the Mayan calendar. I certainly know, from private explanations from your side, all that which will take place then, also over the whole year 2012, about which I shall, however, remain silent in order not to trigger angst in the people and not to instigate panic-mongering. Therefore I thought that I would write something about it in a special bulletin. Perhaps it would be good if I just say something about it which I know from you, at least in a general way, perhaps as a small probability or possibility. What do you think of that? Ptaah says, now, in regard to what the 21st of December, 2012, and this year, primarily concerns, you can indeed openly name certain things, however do not mention that about which you were advised to remain silent. If you use the form of a possibility or small probability, then that is indeed good. Billy says, then I would like to read this to you, which I have already written for a special bulletin. It would perhaps be good if I deal with it during our conversation, so you can interrupt me and stop me if I say something about which I should remain silent. Ptaah says, your idea is good, so let's hear what you want to explain. Billy says, good. I therefore do not want to treat that which you explained to me for the year 2012 as a prophecy or prediction, rather as a possibility and as a certain small probability. I thereby want to begin with a question which was put to me. Reader's question, the Mayan calendar. Question. What can you, Billy Meyer, say about all the things which circulate in regard to the Mayan calendar and specifically concerning December 21st, 2012, because the world is supposed to end then? W. Heaston, Switzerland. My answer to that. In regard to the question, I want to say, right from the start, that the completely nonsensical assertions of all the angst and panic mongers, who prophesy the end of the world, respectively, the downfall of the world, for the 21st of December, 2012, are absolute rubbish. The end of the world will no more occur on the named date than did the end of the world occur, as prophesied by the astrologers, esotericists, know-it-alls and panic generators, for the turn of the century and turn of the millennium, in the year 2000. Such panic-inducing, mad assertions are, like all the conspiracy theories, absolute nonsense and are already par for the course, ever since there have been calendar calculations and special and rare astronomical and climatic phenomena. Therefore, assertions in regard to an end of the world always, with absolute certainty, emerge when a turn of a century or turn of a millennium occurs. However, the same thing also happens to the same extent when special astronomical constellations or comets, and so forth, as well as special terrestrial natural phenomena, emerge. These are factors which the panic-mongers, seers, false knowers, and all kinds of other end-of-the-world prophets use in order to spread their nonsense and to drive the humans en masse into angst and terror. This is what there is to say in regard to the Mayan calendar, that the year 2012 actually brings an entire series of quite special events, whereby also the central star of our system, precisely the Sun, will contribute to that, because enormous eruptions will occur on the surface of the Sun and will evoke solar storms which will be very intense and will also influence the Earth's geomagnetic equilibrium. As a result of the very strong X-ray radiation descending upon the Earth, the magnetic field can suffer very strong fluctuations. And electricity grids and all electronic devices, including the satellite's electronic devices, can break down as a result of geomagnetic storms, just as, however, great damage can also be inflicted on the International Space Station, or it can completely break down. Such solar storms can lead to enormous natural catastrophes, just as, in the worst case, they can also lead to a reversal of the Earth's magnetic poles. But also to say is that the incidence of such solar storms arranges itself into an exact rhythm, peaking every 11 years. Which is therefore normal, whereby this can turn out to be unusually intense in the year 2012. The Earth will thereby, indeed, be subjected to a heavy bombardment of hard radiation, which can also have a very detrimental effect on the Earth's ozone layer. Through the entire process which originates from that, nitrous oxide and, worldwide, acid rain can form, which can have evil and destructive effects on the entire world of plants. The violent solar eruptions can lead to further very intense changes of climate on the Earth, and therewith also to monstrous droughts, storms, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, failed harvests, and thereby to even greater famines than those which have existed up until now. In addition to all that, the year 2012 brings still other unpleasant things, as, for example, a previously unknown, invisible, dark and gigantic wanderer from outer space, threatening from the edge of our solar system, which could cause enormously great havoc regarding the Earth. And were that actually to occur, then the fact of its existence would, at the earliest, be openly proven in about 2010 or 2011, if at all, because, namely, also the possibility exists of a dark, and therefore not detectable, passing of the Colossus. Besides that, in the year 2012, all kinds of unpleasant machinations threaten in regard to strife, to serious actions pertaining to a worldwide, as well as to further increasing degenerations and exaggeration of human ways of behaving, whereby all these things are especially evil. In addition to that, Ptaah says, you should say nothing in addition to that, as that which you have explained should suffice. Billy says, good, then no more. What the 21st of December, 2012, in relation to the Mayan calendar, is all about, would however, be interesting for the humans of Earth. If you can say something about that. Ptaah says, yes, that is possible.